Hey everyone! Sorry for the technical difficulties. I was having a 4-minute show without you guys, and then I heard in the chat like, I can't see you and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this all over again. I was chatting with you guys all by my lonesome. Hi Alice, hey Chris, Gus. Let me know in the chat if you can see me and hear me and everything is good. Hi Annie, good to see you. I'm going to showcase some of your work. You've been producing a lot of great stuff, so good to see you in here, Annie. Hi, Unicorn. Hello, Sam. Hi, Alice. Hello, Rosemary. Hi, everyone. Let me jump into things because we're now running behind. Let me show you my daily creative challenge landing page. The big blue button is where you enroll. Every day you receive a new challenge, and today we are on the search screen, which is day number or challenge number 8. And then you'll want to join the community chat, which is Discord here. I've got tips and tricks I'm putting in the tips and tricks channel, so resources, best practices, but the main channel you'll want to put your work in and utilize these few weeks is the challenge channel. It's hard to say, challenge channel. And here is where you're going to get feedback from other mentors, from other designers as well. Let's look really quickly at a few people's projects from yesterday. Hi Annie, here we go. We got some of your beautiful work here. We're working on the dashboard screen as well as the overlay. I really love how you have a little graph here. Super great work. We have Abranil as well. Love seeing all the purple in this design. It looks really beautiful. And I saw your animations you did as well, which looks really great. And here we have Nicholas, and he has his video. Let me just show quick a little bit. Ooh, we got the horizontal scrolling. We've got that overlay. Looking really great. Awesome work. All right, let's get into XD and show you the file we're working with. So, challenge number 8. You are going to be designing the Find a Plant screen. So it's basically the search screen. And we're going to be using Auto-Animate. So this is going to be the most challenging of them all, which is meaning we're working with animations. And sometimes that could be challenging when you first begin. So let me show you an example of what it looks like here. If I click the little search button, you're going to see a lot of animations and movements in like half of a second. A lot just happened. And we're going to break down everything that's going on here as well today. But first, I just wanted to show you a little bit about how Auto-Animate works in XD so you can understand a little bit of the logic. So what XD does is it looks at your layers. So here I just opened up my layers panel, and this is labeled group 5, and this is also labeled group 5 in this artboard. And it's looking at the layer names here, rectangle 8, rectangle 8. These are the same names from one artboard to the next. So you want to make sure your layers are labeled the same. That's the big important thing here. And basically it's saying, okay, we know we're going from a small rectangle into a larger rectangle. And it's just making up the difference from one artboard to the next. Or it has this little rectangle and it's moving and shifting down and expanding. So if we see the movement, looks like this. Boop, boop, boop. Animations always make me want to do sound effects for them. Here, if I copy and paste this circle and I make it really big, guess what it's going to do? It's going to go from small to big. Big thing I want to make sure is that the layer names are the same. This is Eclipse 168, and so is this. Then I'm going to go into prototype mode, and I'm going to break this down for you in just a second a little bit more, but I just want to show you I have the Auto-Animate set up. So when I click it, it's just going from small to big. Right, so those are some of the main principles. Layer names is a real big one there. It's one of the biggest troubleshooting issues that come about. So I'm going to redesign this screen, the search result, and break it down for you. The first thing you'll want to do is have, if it's not a white background, you'll want to actually make a rectangle for your background and not just change the appearance in the background. So I'm going to, as my background layer, make that rectangle. And I'll kind of explain to you in just a minute why I do this and why I don't just change the appearance. That's another big issue that people come across when they're designing, and I'll show you what it looks like if I don't have this background layer. So I have my little background layer. Cool. I wanted to go for something darker for different feel in the search results page, but you can do what you'd like. And as you may notice, if you guys have been doing the challenges, this was from challenge number 5, so we are just adding on to it. If you didn't do challenge number 5, you can redesign this screen or just use my screen as well. So the first thing here is this little search bar. That's the most important piece of a search screen, is the search bar. And I have it, and I'll show you it again, what it does. It's kind of like going from small to big. It's expanding. So let's just look at the search button and the bar, what it's doing. So it's kind of moving from left to right, and it's expanding as it's doing that. So let me break it down for you. First, I'm going to put my I'm going to make a rectangle tool, or use a rectangle tool to make my white rectangle. I'm going to get rid of the border, and then I'm going to go into these inner circles here and just go all the way around. I want this to be like a very round rectangle here. You don't always have to do that, but that's what I want aesthetically. And then from there, I'm going to bring in my little search icon. And then I'm going to just have like some text that says search plants. It's typically kind of the anatomy of a search bar. Some text, some helper text, background, rectangle, and a search icon. And from here, I'm just going to right click, select all those layers, right click, and then make them a group. So cool. I have this, but now how am I going to work my way into making this an animated search bar? So after I've already created this original search bar, I'm going to copy it and paste it into this artboard here. Again, it's labeled the same, group 4327, or I can relabel it if I want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything to the left. So search, plants, that text is moving to the left. I'm actually making this rectangle go small. Let me actually put some colors so you can see initially. I'm making it go really small. So guess what's going to happen? If you remember from the previous thing I just showed over here, a circle going from small to big. This one's kind of going from small to long. So it's just going to grow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it white. And you can actually turn off its appearance completely over here on the right hand side, so it doesn't even show up on this page. And then I'm going to take my little search icon, bring it in here, and then the text, I don't want this visible on this screen, so I'm also going to turn off its appearance over here in the property inspector. With it select, I'm going to turn it all the way off. So it only looks like there's just a little search icon, but there's layers underneath it that are hidden. This is kind of the magic of animation. Again, this is a more challenging one. So if it's over your head, just like keep playing around with it, and you'll kind of start to understand how it works. And maybe you even want to just begin with doing something like this, something really simple with a couple artboards, and kind of get the feel for it. So now let's do the prototyping. We'll go into prototype mode over on the left-hand side, prototype in the upper corner. And I'm going to say when I click this icon, or maybe this whole thing here, and I'm going to drag over the arrow to this artboard. And the action type is going to be Auto-Animate. And I have my easing as snap. This is something you can play around with, whether it's ease in, ease out. You can feel out what easing works best for your design, as well as the duration. I did want to add, I added this little quote and I wanted to share it with you. Taurus from UX Collective. So here's our best practice for animations alert. The duration of the animation should be slow enough to give users the possibility to notice the change, but at the same time, quick enough not to cause waiting. So you want the user to notice, but you don't want them to be like, why is this taking so long to get to this screen? We want to find that right balance for the duration. So play around with it, look at other animations, get a feel for it. So I created that first prototype link. Now I'm going to press play so we can see how it works. So just look over at this left-hand side, the search bar, and you see that little movement. Yay, we got it. If you just do that, that's a big deal. So just that alone, like, good for you. But if you're ready to move on and add some more, let's do it. So the other thing I have going on is this little X, this little close button. Something we always want to have is the ability to be able to get out of the search. Whether it's a back button, an X, etc. You want to have the ability to leave this if you want to. If you're like, oh, oops, I didn't mean to click search. We want to have that. So let's just watch the close button and break it down. So over here on the left side, watch it, what happens. Oh, did you see the little X come in and it did a little somersault, a little cartwheel and came in? We're going to do that now. So I have my little close button. Let's go back into design mode. I have my little close button here. And I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it into the previous artboard. And I'm going to slide it all the way to the left. Something you need to make sure that you do is have your layers touching the artboard somewhat. If it's off the artboard completely, it's not going to work. So you need to have the layer on the artboard, even if it's just a smidge. So, Masayu's asking if the X should be on the left or right. Probably best practice is on the right. So I would try it out on the right, but play around with what works for you, and try it out. So that's a good call and good catch. So here on the left-hand side, I have it, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn off that appearance. Okay, but it's there. That layer is there. And in this one, I am going to go over here to rotation, and I'm going to put in 360 degrees. This is what causes the little cartwheel, the little flip-a-doo. Okay, so it's going from no rotation to a 360 rotation, and that's what causes that style of animation. So let's see if it works, if I got it. Let's watch the left-hand side. There it is. It spins and then it snaps back. That's the snap animation there. It's like goes and then it snaps a little bit back. Cool. Now let's break down the next piece. I have these two search results sliding from the bottom up. And so just watch just that. Just watch those search results come up. Do you see how they like come up from the bottom and then they like snap into place? Let's create it. So I'm going to take all these, these two cards, paste them in here. Guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to have to turn off the appearance. But actually, before I turn off the appearance, what I want to do is I'm going to just drag them down the page so that they're going to move from the bottom to the top. So, right, we're just making up that difference. Same layer names. Zebra plant is going to go from a little bit from bottom to a little bit higher at the top. So that's what's happening. Then I'm going to turn off the appearance of those completely. Let's test it out. Uh-oh, something happened with my search button. Something happened with my layer names. You're seeing so this is what happens when you're working with animations. Certain things will kind of like, wait, what happened there? What do I have to fix? How do I figure this out? One thing I'm gonna do is I'm just going to look at I hope I can figure out in the time that we have together. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to just share my insights with you in the Discord channel. But I'm just gonna move these layers down. I'm wondering if that's the issue. Yeah, there we go. So I just moved those layers down and it's okay because they should go underneath the search bar. And then last and finally is the keyboard here. Paste the keyboard here and just turn off that opacity. And I'm going to bring the keyboard all the way down. So you're seeing in real time, you may have to play around with where it fits in the layers panel. It makes sense. So there we go. Yeah, feels good. It all came together. So we broke it down, and then from there you might want to have the prototype go back as well. So when you close it, it comes back. Beep, beep, yay, it works. All right, so that's animations. Play around, have fun. This is kind of the place where you can just explore, mess things up just like I did, where you're like, oh wait, what happened? Figure things out. And again, you have the Discord channel for when you're having any challenges, you can post it up. If you're really wanting to play and do something creative, you may want to just, you can have that Discord community to rely on, which is awesome. When you're ready to export this, you're just going to select your artboard, file export selected or artboards as PNGs and images to share in Discord. If you want to share a video, you're going to select, play your prototype, click the little record button in order to record and upload your videos. And then when you go into Behance and you create a project, you'll just go into settings and use the project tag XD Creative Challenge so that I can see it and I can give you props. Tomorrow's gonna be the last day I can give props, so please upload. And I'm so excited. Tomorrow we're gonna put everything together for one big, beautiful prototype, and I'm excited for that to finish it off with you guys. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's sessions, and I hope to see you tomorrow and all your beautiful work on Discord and in Behance. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.